Welcome once again to the Douglas County Small Business Showcase. Today, we are here with Nia Adams. How are you doing today, Nia?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing awesome. Nia is new to the Douglas County area. She came here from Chicago.
Yes.
No wonder. Tell us all about your business, Nia.
So my business is named Perspectives. It is a personal financial education brand. And what we do is we facilitate workshops, we do lunch and learns, and we do online resources and different things for the community and organizations. We really focus on helping individuals lead more fulfilling lives and spend more time doing the things they want by helping them learn how to eliminate debt and transform their spending habits so that they can achieve financial stability. A lot of us, we didn't really learn about money. We just heard about it, if that, because it was really taboo before to talk about money. It was like, oh, don't talk about that. Don't talk about how much money you make. Don't talk about how much your bills are. You just kind of went with it and you just went through the motions. So helping individuals start to realize what money habits they have, where they came from, and how to improve them, essentially.
And what made you decide to start your own business?
Oh, me fumbling over and stumbling and making mistakes and being scared to share those mistakes and being scared to talk about them for fear of being a burden on someone else. And as a young child, I became a single mother at 17, like 6 days before I graduated high school. And now all of a sudden, I have to take care of this other life, and all I have is a high school diploma. So I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? And I got all the credit cards because I didn't know that you had to pay so high interest back. I thought that, I can get this. Let me just take this. Okay, great. And I don't have to pay you any money right now. I could just swipe this card and walk out the store. Like, okay. So I did that and I kept doing that and I kept doing that. And then eventually the credit card company was like, okay, our turn. Where's our money? And I was like, oh. And that's when I really realized I didn't know before. So they took me to court. I got judgments and all those things on my credit. Yes. And then, got older and you want to become an adult. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to achieve the American dream. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a house and have a stable family for my daughter. And I met with the loan officer and he was like, no, you don't. He's like, you don't have any credit. Your credit's horrible. And this was before Google. Mm-hmm. This was before YouTube University. So I had to get books and wait for them to come in the mail and, and it took me 2 years to get it together where I was approved to purchase my first house at 27. But then I lost it because I didn't have an emergency fund. I got injured at work and I didn't have anything in place and behind it. So I just felt like I did all of that all alone, going through the motions of trying to figure out where my money habits lie. That's the best way that I was able to become successful, to actually create the sustainable financial success. And I just did that by myself. I hid in the corner, I put my head down and I just focused on it. But you shouldn't have to do that alone. So I wanted to create a business, a resource that helped others when they're going through that process and they don't have to feel judged. They don't have to feel ashamed of their money mistakes. They have somewhere to go where they can learn in a nice, fun, active environment and actually achieve financial stability.
That's a great story.
Thank you.
The fact that you did that on your own, that you pulled yourself up and you were able to overcome all of that, mm-hmm. is such a testament to human spirit and to work ethic and willpower.
Thank you.
I applaud you for that. I appreciate it. Now, you said something that was very important, and that is that nobody taught you to do that. So Do you think it's important that kids learn this in school? Because I don't think they are.
Absolutely. A lot. So I think now we're at about maybe 26 states who have created laws to add financial literacy to education. We're still making progress and working on it. I think it's absolutely viable because I, for one, don't have any clue where I use YX equal MX plus B. But I know that by heart. I know that pi is 3.14. I have no idea where I'm going to use that, but I know those both by heart, and I cannot forget them for the life of me. But how to do my taxes and how to fill out a check, a lot of those things I didn't learn at all until I had to actually do them. So I feel like, yes, they absolutely should have them in school. And maybe it's not a lecture. Maybe it's an activity. Maybe it's a field trip. Maybe it's, It's a way that you can do it where you can add it into the curriculum or add it. And that's one of the things I do. I help companies, organizations implement financial wellness programs because it's very important. And it's one thing that you're going to need, and every single person needs it. It's like nobody can say, oh, I don't need to manage my money. Like, it just comes and goes. Like, even a millionaire has to have some type of money management or, wealth system in place.
You and I chatted a little bit before, and you were talking about going into Lithia Springs, I believe?
Yes, not too long ago. So that was, I believe it was December 5th. I went into and I taught a class at Lithia Springs High School. I'm definitely open for other schools, organizations. I'm here. Use me as a resource. Feel free to contact me to hire me and my organization. But yes, I taught about investing. I taught about retirement planning. And as I mentioned, a lot of the teachers were writing. So that just also is a testament how some people just don't learn these things. The teachers wanted to ask as many questions, and I had to kind of say, well, I want this time for the students. I want to answer their questions. So unfortunately, I answered some, but I can't keep answering because I don't want to take away from the students. But it just showed so many people just don't have this information.
So you are willing to work with schools, with small businesses, with individuals?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you have something coming up real soon.
I do. I was just going to say, I actually have a workshop coming up that I'm giving for the community. You can purchase their ticket on Eventbrite, but it's called the Cash Clarity Workshop. And essentially it's to help people figure those things out. It's going to be fun. We're going to do some activities. I'm not going to lie. Some people might get a little mad at me during the workshop, but they'll be, it's like physical therapy. Yeah. It hurts a little bit, but then afterwards you're like, oh my God, that feels great. That's what it's going to be like. Going to have door prizes, giveaways. We're going to have a really good time. I'm going to have other speakers there, not just me. But the goal is to help people really sit down and figure out how to achieve these goals and envision themselves at where they want. Where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? Okay, let's figure out how you get there and what's holding you back. What's stopping you from achieving that financial stability?
So if you are somebody who wants to start a small business, who is in a current small business, or an individual, or a high school student, or maybe a senior citizen who's adjusting to a new income, then this would be a great opportunity for you to go to and to get some guidance.
Absolutely,
and some direction.
Because a lot of people hate the word budget. A lot of people look at the word budget and they think penny pinching. They think, oh, well, that means I have to cut out all the things that I love, and that's not right. A budget is not meant to be restrictive. It's meant to be all-inclusive. So I always tell people your budget is your BFF. So just like you go to your BFF when you did something good, you're like, girl, tell you what I did. And then you tell them when you do something bad, you do the same thing with your budget. And essentially, your budget is just there to tell you, like, okay, I see what you did. Let me show you how that affected your finances. So you can move and you can know how to move after that. It's not there to chastise you. It's not there to limit you. It's not secretly plotted in the closet to take all the fun out of your life. It's a window into your wallet. And I feel like the more that people see it that way, the more they'll be willing to use it. And it takes kind of that stigma away from it. So yes, come so we can make budgets our BFFs.
And I will borrow something that you said earlier. I won't claim it, but I'm going to borrow it.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no shame in not understanding.
Not at all.
But if you don't go get the help,
right,
then nothing's going to change.
Exactly. Right. If you don't do anything, I promise you, nothing will happen.
What is the definition of insanity? Doing the
same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you. Big hug. And welcome to Douglas County.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that you're here, and I wish you the very best.
Yes, I came to stick up for budgets everywhere in Douglas County. I have arrived.
I love it. All right. Well, we want to welcome you all once again to our Small Business Showcase for Douglas County, and remind you that if you want to have your small business featured, please contact us. It's melody@exodusranch.com so we can get you featured. Help us bring more awareness to small business in Douglas County. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.